what this hairstyle is. I was trying to be creative. I got this like beehive bun with a natural hair tendrils moment happening. And yeah, I don't know. I was just tired of my hair. Hey everybody, it's your favorite girl, Tyler Nicole Taylor, TNT. If you love me, welcome to my channel. To the newbies and to the people that are subscribed, welcome back. Yes, I finally am posting another video. It, you know, okay? And that's all I have to say about that. Yeah, we're just gonna talk about stuff. Okay? We're just gonna talk about stuff because yeah. So, if you're new here and you don't know very much about what my channel is all about, here we talk about love, relationships, not just romantic relationships, but friendships and the relationship you're having with yourself, okay? That's what we do here on this channel. And when I started off, I was, just a single gal, living her life, doing her thing, making YouTube videos, right? I'm pretty sure, I can't remember what the name of the video is, but I'm pretty sure that I said that I'm probably never going to get married. I'm pretty sure I might have said that in a video or two. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. If you have time and bored and you want to just go down this rabbit hole, go look at my old videos. If you find it, tell me what the name of it is, because I can't remember, but I'm pretty sure I said it, because I, like a lot of single people, felt like, nobody's ever gonna love me. I'm never going to find someone that knows how to love me the way I need to be loved. That's how I felt. And fast forward, yeah, your girl found him, okay? Your girl's married, okay? So I'm saying all that to say, if it can happen for me, it can happen for you. Maybe one of the more frequent questions is, how do you know that the person you're dating is the one? That's what we're going to talk about today. So, of course, I'm going to tell you like how I knew, and hopefully up in there I'll be able to provide some tips here and there. But yeah, I'm going to tell you how I knew that my husband was the one. We should all know by now that relationships are not fairy tale type of situations. That's just not how this works. So I think it's safe to say that you guys should know that marriage isn't some fairy tale either. Like, it's just, a different elevation or a different level of a boyfriend-girlfriend relationship. Or, sorry, boyfriend-boyfriend, or girlfriend-girlfriend, or them. Did I do that right? I don't know. I'm trying to be inclusive here. There are fairy tale moments that happen that make you be like, you know what? I want to do this forever. But it's not like, it's not what you see in the movies. So don't go looking for that, okay? That's what I got to say about that. Like, don't go looking for this fairy tale thing thinking that's what's going to happen. No, sometimes it does happen for people like that. But for the most part, not so much, okay? And that's because the reason why I have for some people like that is because a lot of times they're the type of people that believe in that type of thing. So they are open to experiencing these whimsical, fantasy, fairy tale type of situations. And so a lot of times they create it too. So that's their jam. That's why stuff like that happens to them. That's why it feels like that to them. And that is their truth. So anyway, that was just a little rant about, I had to address that. So, how I knew that my husband was the one, it was a series of things. It was multiple things that kind of just came together, and it was like, I think I can marry this man. Like, this is a whole husband. Like, that's how it felt for me. It was like a epiphany, like, oh wow, this is real. Okay, that's a whole husband right there, girl. That's your husband. You better get him. That's what it felt like. It didn't feel like a, no, it felt like a girl. like your friend just told you some tea. That's what it felt like. Like I had to go get it. I'm gonna just try to give a quick recap because I've already covered this in previous videos. Hopefully I'll link it up at the top if I remember, or link it at the end of this video. We were in a long distance relationship. I lived on the East Coast, he lived on the West Coast. Okay? And with that being the case, that meant that we had no choice but to nurture our relationship through communicating. That's just what we had to do. And so that meant, text, phone calls, FaceTime. That's how we communicated. And that's actually how we got together. Like, we didn't meet up with each other first before we determined our relationship. Yeah, so what that did for us is it really made us, rely heavily on talking to each other and getting to know each other. It's funny because some of the guys that I was talking to when I first started talking to my husband, or before I even started talking to my husband, they, like, the conversations that I had with them just seemed so flat and shallow, I guess. And I don't know, it just, sometimes it even felt forced, I guess. For my husband and I, we talked on the phone. At first it started off with text, but it quickly went to talking on the phone, and from talking on the phone to FaceTime, and it was talking every single day. And I remembered when I was dating around before I before I got with my husband, I remember how difficult it was to get the guys that I was talking to understand that if you really like me and if you're really trying to pursue a relationship with me, why wouldn't you talk to me every day? Like, no, I'm not saying I'm trying to be on the phone with you all day, but if you fuck with me like that, shouldn't you want to talk to me every day? And I didn't understand why guys were trying to make me, and some women were trying to make me feel like it was something wrong with me because I wanted to hear from the person that I'm interested in every day. So that was a tug of war that I had to go through in dating, and I know that there's a lot of people that go through that. So with that being the case, I didn't have that issue with him. It was just very easy. I didn't have to remind him to call me or check up on him to see why he didn't text me today. I didn't have to do any of that, and it was just very simple. It was very easy. It was very natural. It was not forced at all. So that was one thing that I recognized, and I was like, man, this is just so easy. Also, another thing that I realized is that I never felt this weird nervousness anytime I picked up the phone to text him or to call him. I didn't feel like I was afraid that I might get rejected. And that was so refreshing. Oh my gosh. Because all the guys before him, I always felt like that when I picked up the phone to get ready to call or text or try to attempt to communicate with them. It was always this fear that I'm going to be rejected and I'm going to have to act like it's okay. So his intentions, him letting me know off the bat that he wanted to be my boyfriend, was something that, again, was very refreshing. How many times have you, because I know how many times I have, but how many times have you been in a situationship, like you've been kind of talking to somebody, then y'all might take it to the next level, you have feelings for them, they claim they have feelings for you, and you believe it, but for some reason they're not trying to define the relationship, they're not trying to claim you as their partner or their significant other, and you just kind of like, but then they make you feel like if you talk to somebody else, you wrong. Like, I did so many of those relationships, okay? And it was like, we didn't talk about it. We didn't determine if we were together or not. For whatever reason, it was like that. It was unsaid that conversation is off limits for some reason. That's how you feel out here dating right now. Like, that's just a thing. I feel like not just the person that you're talking to makes you feel that way. I also feel like social media and the music that we're listening to, like the popular music and the stuff that we're seeing on TV, is kind of trying to make us believe that it's uncool to define your relationship. That's not okay. That is not okay for some people. I know I'm one of those people that that's not okay with. And here I am talking to this man, and I want to say we probably talked, and I mean literally talked, guys, because like I said, he was on the West Coast, I was on the East Coast. Literally talked for like 2 months, and then he asked me to be his girl, and I said yes, and it was on ever since then. That was something that was shocking to me too, because it's like, all right, usually when a guy, wants to define the relationship, it's like he gotta hit it first, you know what I'm saying? And he didn't get a chance to do that, and he still want to be with me. So that also got my attention. So here we are, great communication, wants to define the relationship. So then the next thing was, everybody always talks about potential, right? Potential. Don't fall in love with somebody's potential, or you gotta pay attention to the potential. It's like so much conflicting advice. There's a good side of that potential and a bad side of that potential. I mean, if they have the potential to be great, but they are literally choosing not to be great, then that's not potential. Like, that's not the potential you fall in love with. But if they have the potential, and you know that they're going to school or getting certified in something, or they're working on a new project, or they're starting a new business, and you're like, man, this person really has the potential, because you can see that go-getter attitude and ambition, then yes, that's a potential that you want to fall in love with. All right, so that was a quick breakdown of good potential versus bad potential, okay? And for this particular story, how this pertains to Rainiel, I definitely saw that he has great potential to do his thing. One of the things I started with him was every Sunday we would talk about goals, and we would write the goals down. And what he did was he let me know, like, again, that goes back to communicating. He let me know that he's the type of person that I need lists. I need to be able to check stuff off so that I know that I'm staying on track. And also it helps me feel accomplished and keeps me motivated. I'm like, okay, so yeah, when we do these goals, we can write these goals down and make it a little checklist. We both have iPhones, so we had a shared note where I created a note and I made the checklist, and he would write in his goals for the week. And that's what's important. Goals, big goals are great. We already knew what the big goal was, so we didn't need that on the list. We don't need the big goal on the list. Now we need to break down, how do we get to this big goal? That's what I did. I wanted him to be confident. I needed him to be confident in his ability, because I needed him to see what I see. And that was the potential side of things. So what made that significant in terms of how I knew he was my husband is that not only did he talk about all the things that he wanted to do and the things he wanted to accomplish, or the things he wanted to do with me or for me, but he always followed through. So knowing that he is somebody that's going to follow through was very attractive, and it's something that I know that I need in a relationship. So it helped give me that security. Communication was easy as hell. He was very clear about his intentions, and his potential and follow through was immaculate. Those were the three things that made me realize, girl, that's your husband. Beyond all of the lovey-dovey side of things, beyond the, oh, I love him though. Yes, I absolutely love him. But those three things that I mentioned, those also play a role as to why I love him so much. So I hope you enjoyed that little story time / advice situation. I don't know what that was. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and hopefully you were able to ignore my pellet stove in the background roaring back there. Also, if you liked this video, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button, like that Bama Jamma. And yeah, you can also reshare it if you do like this video, because somebody else might like it. So, okay, if you was digging what we was talking about here, and if you're really interested to check out a couple other videos, it wouldn't hurt to subscribe. Just go ahead and hit that button too. It's free. Anyway, if you enjoyed this topic, go ahead and let me know down in the comments below. And if you're married or if you're engaged, let me know how you know your boo was the one. Tell me down below. In the meantime, in between time, like I said, go ahead and check out some other videos on my channel if you're interested. And I will see y'all in the next video.